Welcome to my favorite nonprofit radio segment called Nonprofits Care. Their causes are really extraordinary.
Welcome to my favorite nonprofit. This is Ralph Grills, and our segment is called Nonprofits Who Care. Causes are really extraordinary. I'm here with my co-host, Lynn and E. Good morning, Lynn.
Good morning.
And we have a very special guest today. It's Christine Márquez-Hudson. And Christina is with Casa Resource Center. And Christina, tell me a little bit about how you got involved with the Casa Resource Center and what the program is all about.
Sure. Well, my history with Mi Casa goes way back. In 1997, I came back to Colorado after living in Costa Rica for 5 years. And Mi Casa happened to be the very first place I got a job. And I was thinking it was just going to be this temporary thing until I figured out what I really wanted to do. But I discovered that I had a tremendous passion for the nonprofit sector and was able to really put all my skills to use. And so kind of charted a course in the nonprofit world for the rest of my career. And 10 years later, circled back after working in the consulting realm for a while as the organization's executive director. So I bet they weren't expecting that when they hired me in 1997.
Very good. So when you worked with nonprofits, you had like a consulting position for the nonprofits then?
No, my very first position was a frontline position. I was the life skills GED instructor for a teen mother program. And then the year after I did that, I launched the Lake Beacon Neighborhood Center, which we still have to this day. I was fortunate, though, to be chosen for the Colorado Trust's fellowship program. I got my master's in nonprofit management at Regis.
Oh, excellent.
And left Mi Casa to join a consulting firm, JVA Consulting, where I worked for 7 years. And then I worked for a while for a couple different foundations before circling back to Mi Casa as the executive director.
Okay. Does Mi Casa do anything with Regis right now?
Yes, actually, Mi Casa partners extensively with Regis in a whole variety of ways. Primarily, though, we have a number of students that volunteer for our neighborhood center at Lake Middle School. And you asked me earlier what our mission is. Let me share that with you.
Okay.
Our mission is to advance the economic success of Latino families. Mi Casa is one of the oldest and largest Latino serving organizations in Colorado. And we do a lot of really great work around business development, career development, and youth and family services.
Oh, okay. And where's Mi Casa located at here in Denver?
Well, we have a couple different locations. Our headquarters is at 360 Acoma, which is roughly around the 6th and Broadway intersection.
Right.
And then we have the Lake Middle School Neighborhood Center, which Lake Middle School is out near Sloan's Lake. And then this summer we just launched the North Neighborhood Center at North High School. So those are our 3 locations in the Denver area.
Excellent. So you help for the economic development of Latino families. How do you guys do that?
Well, 3 different strategies: business, career, and youth and family. Let's start with business.
Okay.
We do some really neat work in that area. We have a 13-week entrepreneurial training program called Business Success, which we do in English and in Spanish 3 times a year. It is really cool, and we help people who want to launch their own small business. We take them through a very intensive program every single evening that they spend with us. We're going through a very information-packed lesson on, let's say, marketing, or legal issues, or tax issues, et cetera, et cetera. And at the end of the 13 weeks, they emerge with a business plan, which they can use to launch their program or their business, or to approach a microfinance entity for funding, or even a bank for funding. We also help existing small businesses through one-on-one counseling. A lot of times businesses that are in their 2nd or 3rd year are now ready to hire their first employee or obtain their first loan, and they'll come to us for help to prepare for that. Our business program also does a number of networking events each year to bring small businesses and vendors together, and also to network with each other. So we have these business resource fairs 3 times a year. And then we also have a business legal night. So every other month we partner with the Colorado Hispanic Bar Association to provide free legal consultation to small businesses. And this is available to any business. But we offer those services in English and in Spanish, and it's all free.
So everything you do is bilingual for the community?
Not every service that we offer is bilingual, but many of our
majority
services
of them
are bilingual. Yes.
Okay, good.
So, for example, in our career development program,
Uh-huh.
we do 3 different trainings. We have a customer service training program, a bilingual bank teller training program, and a healthcare professions training program for people entering that field. And we target bilingual people for those programs, not exclusively. If you don't speak 2 languages, it's not a problem. But we try to offer to our employer clients bilingual candidates because we believe that those bilingual candidates offer a lot to the workplace.
Right.
But it's also a unique talent that many folks have.
Especially in the banking services you were talking about. So do you partner with local banks here
Yes,
to
we
be able to
partner
place
with
people?
a lot of different banks in the Denver area, pretty much every major bank.
Like Wells Fargo?
Wells Fargo, First Bank, TCF, Key Bank, JP Morgan Chase, you know.
You name it, you guys are
Credit unions, et cetera.
Excellent. So that really gives them a hands-on training as well as being able to find a resource to be able to find a position with the company out here.
Yes, they do the training at Mi Casa, and
Right.
we partner with the banks to inform the design of the training, and then the testing process is what's really challenging when you're trying to get a job in a bank.
Right.
And but if they can get through all of the hoops, and that's why our program is so helpful and necessary, and then they can get started at a bank, there's a terrific career path within banks that one can pursue. And a lot of bank managers started off as bank tellers. So
Right.
that's our hope for folks. It's not that they stay as bank tellers, but that they begin their career path from there.
Exactly, because I met with an African-American gentleman over at Compass Bank. He's a vice president over there, and he's from Africa, and he didn't even speak English. He came because it was a French-speaking country. He said if he didn't have a program like your guys with a mentor, he said he would never ever got a job, and that got him into the banking system, and he's been doing that for 15 years now.
That's right, and
Yeah.
we have a number of success stories of people that have launched their careers and are doing really well and are now in supervisory positions and moving on up the career ladder.
Do you just work with Latinos over there at Mi Casa, or can anybody come over?
No, we don't. About 63% of our population is Latino. The rest are Anglo, African American, and everything else under the sun.
That was my question. It's like, it wasn't just.
We have a lot of refugees and other people from foreign countries that come into our programs as well. We're a very welcoming and inclusive organization, but of course we do have a unique cultural base in the Latino community.
Do you have a lot of different language-speaking programs then for different languages besides Spanish?
No, Spanish and English
Are the two?
We only offer our programs in Spanish and English. We don't offer any of our programs in other languages, unfortunately.
Are you looking in the future to do something like that, or?
I doubt it, because we really want to stay rooted in the Latino community, and
Right.
of course Spanish is the language. Our mission and our identity is not necessarily multicultural, multilingual, but we're inclusive of other communities for sure.
Right. Well, with the name Mi Casa, it's
Sure.
definitely a
Exactly.
Spanish name.
Yeah, there's
My house.
a reason for our brand.
Right.
You work with adults, families, kids.
Yes, I didn't talk much about our youth and family programs, but as I mentioned, we have Mi Casa Neighborhood Center over at Lake Middle School, and now we have the North Neighborhood Center at North High School. Both of those programs, of course, are working with middle school students and after-school programs, and then with high school students. But we also work with their families. So we have strong parent engagement programs and strategies. We have an intensive case management program where we work with the kids that are most at risk within Lake Middle School.
Oh, really?
And, that involves wraparound services that include the family. And then we offer adult programming at the neighborhood centers, ESL, GED, adult computer literacy, classes in English and Spanish, adult recreation. At North, we're beginning to offer some career development programs, and hopefully can expand those to include parents in the near future.
Yeah, because there's a lot of families where the kids will speak English, but the parents don't.
Absolutely.
And so that would be a good way for the parents to get integrated with the English speaking and learn their English.
Right, and we want the buildings of, North High School is a tremendous community asset, and so is Lake Middle School.
Uh-huh.
And we want these to be places where parents and community members can come during after school and evening and weekend hours to receive training or services, or come together, meet with each other in ways that benefit them as well. So it's a real community center that the neighborhood centers try to be.
So it sounds like you offer a lot of different areas.
Yes.
What other programs are you offering over at Mi Casa?
So Mi Casa is doing some pretty cool new stuff in the very near future. This fall, we're launching what we're calling the Intensive English for Professionals program. And so it's designed for doctors, lawyers, teachers, nurses, engineers, people like that who are professionals but who lack English fluency and want to go through an intensive program that recognizes that they probably have a lot of education, English education in their background,
right,
but just lack the fluency. And so it's a very conversation-oriented program. It's also grammar and that sort of thing are incorporated into the program, but the program is really about workplace culture, how to get a job in the United States, how to design the right kind of resume, interviewing skills, job search assistance, because those are cultural norms that you probably don't know if you're coming to the United States from a different country.
That's true. So you just kind of help them integrate into the system.
Correct.
Right. Oh, that's a great tool to have.
Another program that we have is in partnership with Andrew Hudson's Jobs List, and he has a bilingual, his is probably one of the most well-known job sites in Colorado. He's got 22,000 followers or subscribers, and every major company in the Denver, well, in the Colorado area is advertising jobs on his site. So we have a partnership with him. We have a bilingual jobs button, and people who are bilingual can subscribe to that list for free. It's absolutely free to the subscriber. And every bilingual job that gets posted, Andrew donates 100% of those proceeds to Mi Casa Resource Center. So it's a terrific partnership. We want companies to know about that if they're seeking bilingual talent. And we want people who are bilingual in any language to know about it so that they can subscribe.
Well, that sounds like a great program. I don't mean to interrupt, but we got to go to a break. So what we're going to do is take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk more about that program. This is Ralph Grills with My Favorite Nonprofit on Nonprofits Who Care. Causes are really extraordinary. We'll see you after the break.
Welcome to My Favorite Nonprofit radio segment called Nonprofits Care. Their causes are really extraordinary.
Welcome back. We're here at myfavoritenonprofit.com is where you can find out more information. Our segment is called Nonprofits Who Care. Causes are really extraordinary. And we're here with Christina. And Christina, you're with Mi Casa. You were just telling us about a partnership that you've been having. Tell us more about that partnership.
Yes, so we're working with Andrew Hudson's Jobs List to offer a bilingual jobs button. And
so his website is
AndrewHudson'sJobsList.com. It's long, but you can't forget it.
Yeah. Andrew Hudson.
And you can Google
Hudson like the river, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, everyone in town knows about it. It's a really, really popular site and extremely effective. We're really excited that he's willing to donate 100% of the proceeds from the bilingual site to Mi Casa Resource Center.
Oh, that's great. So everything comes back to Mi Casa, and he helps the community as well.
That's right.
It's a win-win situation.
That's right.
And that's what we like to do at My Favorite Nonprofit, is a win-win situation. We like to get exposure for nonprofits like Mi Casa. And Christina, tell us more what you guys do over there.
So we have one other really special initiative that we're launching this fall. Mi Casa is starting a financial services small business. Because of our expertise with developing small businesses, as well as our 36-year history of operating as a nonprofit, dealing with a lot of complex government grants, and all of the things that have to do with financial management of a nonprofit organization, we're offering financial services to both small businesses and to nonprofits. These are accounting and bookkeeping services. We have a wide array of services that we can provide, and we're encouraging people to give us a call and talk with us about what their needs are. A lot of people start nonprofits because of passion, and not because they really want to deal with the finances.
Right.
And a lot of nonprofits can't afford to have their own CPA
In-house,
or CFO. And so we have the great advantage and luxury of having 2 CPAs in our finance department who are extremely talented and very, very well versed in the world of nonprofit financial management. And so we have some extra capacity right now, and we're starting a small business to utilize that extra capacity, hopefully to generate some resources for Mi Casa's mission work by providing services to small businesses and nonprofits. And of course, we're also incubating and spinning off a number of small businesses through our entrepreneurial training program, so we're hoping that some of them will consider coming back to us as clients.
So you can keep your clients as clients again.
That's right.
Right. And you actually, so a nonprofit is starting up, they can actually outsource to Mi Casa versus having to try to find an accountant or somebody themselves.
Correct.
And then they know they got a company that really knows what they're doing and has the 36 years experience that you said.
That's right. That's
right. Great.
And it's really important for small businesses, especially as they're approaching financial institutions for loans. They need to be able to demonstrate that they have strong financial management system, and it's very difficult for leaders who don't have a financial background to understand how to do that. And nonprofit accounting is unique, so even if someone has a background, say, in for-profit accounting, it's a little bit different in the nonprofit world.
Oh, okay. So how do you find your clients that want to use Mi Casa?
We do a lot of...
Is it word of mouth, or...?
Word of mouth is always the most effective
Right.
method, because if someone recommends any kind of business to you, including a nonprofit, you're more likely to use it.
Right.
But we are launching a new website in the next couple of months that's going to be absolutely wonderful. And there will be, it's going to be interactive, and we hope that people will be able to utilize that site more effectively than our current site.
Is it going to have the same domain name as your current site?
Yes, it will.
And what would that be? What site?
MiCasaResourceCenter.org.
So it's MiCasaResourceCenter.org.
Correct. And that's MICASA. Some people confuse us with the China, Casa China.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So
it's a Spanish version, Mi Casa.
Right. The other ways that we reach out is through Facebook and Twitter. We have a blog. We do a lot of earned media. We do tons of community outreach. I have staff out at every community event that happens in Denver, it feels like. In fact, this Sunday, we're going to be at the Fiestas Patrias at Civic Center Park with a booth. This Fiestas Patrias is put on by Entrevision, which is our media sponsor at Mi Casa.
Right.
And
is that their big event of the year?
Huge event. Is
there supposed to be like 100,000 people or more there?
95,000 is what they had last year.
95,000 people.
It's huge. And this is 16 de septiembre, which is Mexican Independence Day.
Oh, very good. So
that's
it's definitely going to be a popular event.
Right. So we do community events like that all the time to get out into the community, reach out, let people know what we're doing. Because it's amazing. We've been around for 36 years, but there's still folks out there that don't know what we're doing. And honestly, we're doing a lot of new things, so we want to let people know what all those new services are.
Oh, definitely. Do you have any fundraising events coming up?
We do. We have our annual Path to Prosperity Breakfast, which is going to be on November 9th at 8:30 at the Denver Art Museum.
Oh, at the Denver Art Museum. This is on November 9th.
Yep, we've typically hosted it at our own location, but we've outgrown our space. And parking was an issue last year, so we wanted to hold it at a place where no one was going to have to worry about parking.
So describe the event to us. How's this event?
So it's a very mission-oriented event. It's an hour to an hour and 15-minute event, so it's not long. It's free, and so people come and we'll have video about Mi Casa. I'll be talking about our accomplishments as well as our vision for the future. We'll have people that have experienced our services talk about their experience. It'll be a wonderful opportunity to network with other members of the community. It's mostly our donor audience that attends this event, and a lot of our corporate supporters. And it's just, you walk out of there on a high. It's just an uplifting, really fun, but not, you know, a boring awards ceremony kind of event, which is so typical in our community.
Is there a cost to the event then? Or?
No, although it is a fundraising event, so we certainly hope that people are inspired to make a gift to Mi Casa.
Also, they do voluntary donations.
Right, so there's an ask at the end.
There's an ask, okay. I was going to say, it's a fundraiser.
Let's just be up front.
Yeah.
There's going to be an ask.
We need your money.
We certainly need people's support. I mean, there's just no way to do the work of nonprofits without the support of the community, and every gift, whether it's large or small, is important. We're really encouraging people these days to think about doing monthly gifts, you know, $10, $20 a month. It doesn't hurt your pocketbook very much. I mean, I was just thinking about it. I went to Burger King the other day and it was $10 for lunch, and that was just for a salad and a Diet Coke, you know? Yeah. And I'm thinking, you know,
a latte at Starbucks, $5.
That's just one meal at a fast food restaurant, and you know, $10 a month can go a long way for, and especially if you join with all of your friends and neighbors and make, you know, a contribution in that way to Mi Casa. So even if people think, well, I don't have a lot of resources,
together they can make a difference.
Together they really can, and through
We all
small
can.
amounts over a period of time. So we're really encouraging people to consider monthly pledges over a long period of time at any amount that they can manage.
Right. Besides, go ahead.
People donate time?
Absolutely. We have a number of volunteer opportunities. In fact, we have a wonderful volunteer manager right now who's helped us tremendously to organize all of our volunteer experiences. One thing in particular that we're always in need of are people to work in our career center. We offer a career center to anyone who's looking for a job, and we really feel that this is an important service to bring to the community in light of the economy and the difficulty of finding work. A lot of folks don't have access to computers, and a lot of applications are online only, and a lot of folks don't have really well-designed resumes. They don't know how to interview, and while the workforce development centers in town are doing everything that they can, they're just overwhelmed with the number of people that are in need of help, and so they have to limit the number of hours that a person can spend on a computer. At Mi Casa, people can make an appointment with a volunteer, work one-on-one with that person, and really get the help they need to do their job search. So far this year, it's only September, we've helped over 100 people in our career center.
Really? That's great.
And so we need volunteers who have experience in that field, although we do train them to work with our customers. And that's a wonderful way that people can give back to the community and help someone in need.
Oh, definitely. So the more volunteers you have, the more people you can help in there.
We also have a lot of companies who have groups of employees that want to do a service day. And so Comcast and Western Union and Wells Fargo have all come with their teams of employees and done work days at Mi Casa. They paint, they landscape, they fix things, and that kind of work is helpful and essential to our ability to function and keep our costs down.
Oh, that's excellent. That's like Project Here. They have every night a volunteer group that comes in, like you're talking, a company or a chamber, and they'll help sort their medical supplies that they ship out.
Exactly.
So you can do that in Mi Casa, helping people with coming in for resources.
That's right.
That's very good.
It seems like anybody can offer some sort of service.
Absolutely, and if they just give us a call, our number, by the way, is 303-573-1302. And as I mentioned, we're on the web at casaresourcecenter.org. And if they just go to our website or call our phone number, we'll connect them with our volunteer manager. Her name is Molly Brooks.
I was wanted to ask a question on air about, I have some neighbors that are frightened to go out there because they don't have the paper. So you guys service to them as well? We
do. We help folks who are undocumented in a number of different ways. First of all, they're eligible to participate in our small business development program. We have a legal night every month that we do in partnership with Colorado Bar Association and Colorado Legal Services, and they can come and get a free legal consultation, and oftentimes they can get their questions answered simply with that, but they can also get referred to an attorney if their needs are greater. And this coming Tuesday, we're going to have a special seminar on the new deferred action which a lot of people have questions about.
Oh, excellent. Well, Christina, you've been a great guest for our show. So again, tell people how they can get a hold of you.
It's at micasaresourcecenter.org, and our phone number is 303-573-1302.
And your website one more time.
micasaresourcecenter.org. That's MICASA resourcecenter.org.
So micasaresourcecenter.org. And we have Christina Márquez-Hudson. Here is our guest, and she's been wonderful to have today. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, it's been great. And we're going to take a quick break here. Again, this is Ralph Burrells with MyFavoriteNonprofit.com. My co-host, Helena Nee. You're listening to Nonprofits Who Care. Causes are really extraordinary.
My favorite nonprofit, where causes are really extraordinary. Together we can make a difference. You and my favorite nonprofit, nonprofits who care.
Find out how you can make a difference at myfavoriteenonprofit.com, where causes are really extraordinary.
You and my favorite nonprofit, nonprofits who care, who care.